just surprised everybody by saying, hey, do you want to record like the business part of session 0, which we never do for literally anything. But I thought it might be of interest to some folks because what we're doing is so odd and weird. By the way, hey, welcome to Dreadful, Multiverse of Horror. If you haven't watched any of the previous ones, that's totally cool because this one is unconnected from all of them. Yay! But long story short, Dreadful is a story we started for Midsummer Scream convention last summer. And then we've ended up playing a few games as we've been able to get that crew together, although the crew has expanded, and for this one it's a little bit changed. But what we did at that con panel, and what we will be doing again this summer for Midsummer Scream, is we will be playing an adapted version of Dread, which is a TTRPG that relies on a stacking Jenga tower to kind of determine actions and we'll say escalate the situation and push it towards dreadful things, like whenever the tower falls, someone dies. So we are doing that, but I adapted it a little bit because I wanted there to be dice rolling. Because what's the fun of a TTRPG game if there's no dice rolling? Come on. So we are playing an adapted version, and because our cast has expanded in other games to parties of 6 players, the stats we have created have updated for 6 players, but for this game we will only be playing with 4. So as you can see, our players are on the screen now. These are our new foursome for this summer. We got Matt, Morgan, Kai, and Kawika. I just realized it's Eminem and KK, which is kind of wild. Sweet, that's fun. That's just a fun thing I noticed. I'll throw up on the screen while I'm talking about this some of the stats we're working with, but I'll just read them out right now. So what we have created for this game are kind of in the vein of games like Kids on Bikes and of course D&D. So we've got the bold stat, that means bravery, charisma, initiative, buff, which is strength, constitution, intimidation, brainy, intelligence, history, knowledge, bright, dexterity, observation, intuition. Those were our first 4 stats that we created for the first game. And then we've got, since have added sneaky, which is like stealth, deception, lock/trap breaking, and strange, or the occult knowledge and psychic abilities, sixth sense. And what we have done previously and what we will be doing again with these stats is right now we're just going to decide everybody's modifiers for them. Rather than having anybody roll, we're going to decide based on the kind of characters that everybody for the show wants to be, what modifiers they get. And we're going to be using kind of the same dispersion that we last used for our 6-person game. So somebody will get a +5 in, well, since there's 6 stats, we're not going to totally cover the spread evenly as we had before. But the modifiers will be a +5, a +3, a +1, a 0, a -2, and a -5. And these modifiers will just go on strict D20 rolls. So yeah. So it's going to be a little weird because I don't really want you all to super introduce your characters yet. We're going to save that for the story part. But I would like you all to start making bids for what you want your stats to be. And we'll kind of decide right now who gets strength in what. Let me make a new little chart to start tracking this.
So are we doing all 6 stats, or are we going back to only 4 stats?
Yeah, so we'll still have all 6 stats just because it seems I really like sneaky and strange. They cover some qualities of the game that should be covered. Yeah, we just, you know, won't necessarily have a +5 in all of those. Sure. But that does mean that like if there's a stat that nobody has a +5 in, hopefully it's covered by somebody else's +3, so you'll still have someone in the crew with a strength in that category. Cool. Anyone want to bid on what you want your number 1 skill to be?
I want strange.
I'm gonna call. Oh, perfect. I was gonna call bright. Awesome. Yeah, I love this.
Cool. Let me add everybody's names to this little chart. I'll make it right here. I wish. Oh God, I guess I could share screen so that everybody can see what I'm doing. I should probably do that, huh? All right, let's do this.
I mean, I guess so.
I guess.
I was debating between either bold or buff for mine.
It is. I'm putting this on the Camp Castaic doc. So everyone watching at home, hey, that's what this is. You're not gonna see anything for today's game though, so it won't give it away. Cool. So we got Jackson, Quinn, Enrique, and Olivia. And just ignore what's currently in the boxes.
Sure.
Okay. So Quinn, you had said you wanted +5 in Strange.
Yes, I do.
And Olivia, you said Bright. Cool.
Yes, that is correct.
And then Enrique, you wanted what? Bold or buff?
Matt, do you have a preference?
I'm thinking bold for me.
Then I shall take buff.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. Bid away on your +3, my friends. Anyone want to grab Brainy or Sneaky?
I'll grab sneaky.
Nobody wants to be
I'll-
smart.
I'll grab Brainy.
I can take Brainy if you.
You want to take Brainy?
I can take Brainy.
Whichever.
There's a really smart buff guy.
Buff wizard.
I was like, so Kawika.
Well, sweet, cool. So that covers our 2 that don't have any +5s. Quinn, Olivia, what do y'all want for your +3s?
I'll take Bright.
I'll take.
I was gonna say, can I suggest you take Strange, given where you will be?
That's what I was thinking as well.
Brilliant. Cool. Then we are down to the +1s. What else do you all want to have positives in? What is a priority for you?
I would love a +1 in Sneaky.
I know this is where it gets to be tough. It's like, what's the one last thing you value?
I'll
do Brainy for a +1.
And
Is that
I'll
what
do
you-
Bright.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will take bold.
All right, then we get to the 0. So it's just kind of neutral. It's not a strength. It's not a weakness. I don't really have suggestions on this front because it's kind of middle of the road. The other option is we can go to the far end and we can do this in reverse now and work towards 0, and then whatever you're left with is what you're left with. If that's easier, maybe figure out what's your character's weakest thing. What do you want a -5 in?
I want a
I mean,
negative
I'm
5 in
avoiding
Brainy.
the.
I want a -5 in Brainy.
Okay. Interesting. Cool. I almost wrote briny, which is if you were in the ocean that might work, but y'all will be in a
I'm
freshwater.
from the sea.
Yeah.
I'll take a -5 in Strange.
Strange. Okay. Oh. Somebody totally normal, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a -5 in Buff.
Cool.
And I would like my -5 to be in Sneaky.
And big muscles just tripping over everything.
I'm avoiding a certain trope with the race of my character.
Oh, that's fair. Cool. All right. -2s then. What do you all kind of your next level weakness?
Could I do Buff, which would make my other one Brainy?
Cool. Oh, Buffy.
Buffy.
Yeah, this is how we complete the circle. Cool.
I'll do a -2 in bold, which would make Buff my neutral.
I'll do a -2 and sneaky.
Which leaves you with bold.
So I guess I put. All right.
So then, what do you want?
I mean, the only one's left, right? So then, I guess 0 is my strange, right?
It can be. You can have strange in either because nobody else took strange in 0 or -2.
Yeah, but I have to have. Oh wait, what's my last one? Brainy.
Right now, your
Um,
last one is sneaky. So you need strange and you need bright.
Strange and bright. Let's do bright at 0 and strange at -2.
Cool. Let me stop the share real quick, and I'll go copy in the descriptors again, just so I can have that flash up on screen real quick for everybody. And y'all can do screen grabs if you want it. If I had really had my stuff together, I would have pre-prepped this with like a nicer looking chart. But I wasn't really thinking about this till like 30 minutes ago. And then I was like, oh yeah, we might want to like show people what we're doing. Show a little bit of the behind the scenes. Here you go. So that's going to round out everybody's stats for this game. We're going to have, let me delete these because these are irrelevant now. We're going to have Jackson, who is bold, sneaky, bright, and at least not dumb. Quinn, in touch with occult knowledge, psychic abilities, bright, rather sneaky, not so much on the buff or bold, and I guess not smart.
Nope.
Not smart. Enrique, our muscly brain, who's also quite a bit bold, not terribly in tune with what is weird or any roguishness, no sneaking around for you. And rounding it out with Olivia, who's going to be our bright, kind of more observant kind of knowledge rather than, what is it? It's wisdom versus intelligence, so bright, wise, but still a bit in touch with what is strange and weird in the world. Smart as well, but not so much on the sneaky or the buff, which is kind of a fun flip for anyone who's been watching the other Dread games. Kai's previous character Evie was the heavy, was the buff. So this is gonna be fun.
Buff.
Cool.
May she rest in peace.
He says.
So then, in the interest of preserving kind of the story portion for folks tuning in, I am gonna stop our little mini session 0, like behind the scenes session, and we'll cut out what happens here as we move into the story portion. We will be back with that shortly.